So, Super Bowl 57 was played last night, and in the beginning, it was everything seemed to be normal. They brought out Damar Hamlin, of course. Of course they had to show Damar in this, that situation. But something was funny. Something was a little bit off about Damar. People have speculated it didn't really look like him. People have noticed that in some pictures, it appeared that he didn't have his neck tattoo. But what really stood out to me the most was that he was wearing a jacket that seemed to mock Jesus Christ. If you take a look here, you'll see that the jacket is showing Jesus Christ on the cross. There appears to be a loincloth and someone said a gun. There appears to be a few things here on the jacket as well next to Jesus. But one of the things that stands out the most is the wording on the front of the jacket, which says, "Without end or beginning, there was no day and there was no night." Now folks, I want to make this clear. That's not a Bible verse. There is no Bible verse that states that. There's things similar, and people obviously go out of their way to say, oh, well, it's referencing this, but it's not the case. There is no Bible verse for that. I don't know what that is. I do know that it was created by an artist by the name of Takashi Murakami. Now, as you can see in the picture here, this was actually designed by Murakami in regards to the whole Travis Scott Astroworld ordeal. This design is depicting Jesus Christ as some sort of zombie or something here. It's actually titled Travis Jesus. That's the official name for this jacket. Now, as you can see, they also sell other satanic Illuminati type of gear. It makes you think, what is the sole purpose behind this? What is the true meaning behind this jacket and this symbolism? Now, obviously, we could take this a few ways. Some people will sit there and say it's actually a good thing. It's representing Jesus on the cross. And others, like me, well, I think that's a little bit blasphemous. It doesn't take a genius to see that this is not a beautiful piece. This is not something that looks to be loving or representing Jesus in a good fashion. This looks to be mocking it. It looks like it's a zombie. It looks like it's a little, just a silly cartoon. I don't know what I don't know what the symbolism is behind it, but I do know it looks a little bit strange, and it rubbed me off the wrong way. That also may have sounded a little bit strange, but it didn't sit well with me is what I'm trying to say. So something else I want to show you here that's just a little bit off to me. When Damar Hamlin, after he woke up from his coma and all that, and he went to that first Bills game, there was a clip of him in the booth. It didn't show his face. He wasn't around family. He was in a hoodie, and something was just very off. It seemed very weird, and he keeps doing this hand symbol that people have tried to say it's a heart. You will see, it's clearly not a heart. There are many references to this symbol that he's doing that's a Illuminati symbol or a satanic symbol. And again, I don't have any hardcore proof on this. I'm just pointing out what I see and what other people have seen, and I want to share that with you. Feel free to create your own opinion, but I'm just showing you the evidence here. So as you can see, he's pretty covered up here. He's wearing a hoodie, using that symbol again. That's quite clearly not a heart. Not sure why. Can't get a good clear angle of him. It appears that it would be potentially a stunt double or someone just pretending to be him. I can't imagine why he wouldn't show his face, why they're doing these weird angles, but yeah, that's supposedly Damar Hamlin. That's what they showed. I'm still formulating an opinion on this whole situation, if that was him, if that was a stunt double, what the purpose really is. A lot of people, I won't go down that rabbit hole, but a lot of people believe that it's a clone, that he was actually killed off and that it was a satanic sacrifice. Again, I don't know if I could really go that route. I would have to see a lot of evidence to say that was the case, but there is definitely something fishy going on here, and I don't know, hopefully we get to the bottom of it eventually. So I want to back it up a bit and talk about the jacket once again. From the looks of it, before this whole situation happened with Damar Hamlin, he seemed to be a great guy. I mean, he seemed to be like he had faith. He seemed to be a nice kid. And, if he really does have faith, as he said he did, I just don't understand why he would wear that jacket, especially to the Super Bowl. Like, you're obviously showing something for a reason. You don't just pick that out and like, oh, yep, this looks good. He wore that for a reason. There's some symbolism behind that. Whether it's actually good and we're just overlooking it, or, if it's bad. There is a reason that he wore it to the Super Bowl, and there's a reason also that that artist created that, in being inspired by the whole Travis Scott ordeal. Let me remind you that that whole Travis Scott ordeal was totally satanic, by the way. So these are a few clips here from Astroworld. As you can see, this is, I mean, blatantly satanic. I mean, you have mountains of hellfire, and as you can see here, it starts to glow. You got a flaming bird flapping his wings. You have a portal, literally a portal to hell. It says, "See you on the other side." There is no coincidence here, folks. This is not just art. Again, we are living in the end of times. These rappers are just so blatantly pushing Satan in your face and saying it's good, it's edgy, it's fun, it's cool. This isn't gonna stop. I mean, this is only getting worse and worse by the day, and you have every celebrity pushing it in your face, even in good ways, in friendly ways, in kids shows. Even if it could end, even if our people somehow wanted this to end, it still couldn't. This is all a part of God's plan. It's not going to get better. Eventually, we're going to go through the tribulation, and we're going to see so much evil, so much worse than what we're even seeing now. It seems impossible. It seems like, how can we see anything even worse than this? But believe me, folks, it's going to get a lot worse. Eventually, the tribulation will start, and we're going to go through the worst times that's ever happened in the history of the world. We see it's bad now, but this is no match for anything that's to come. Our people are brainwashed. This world is full of corrupt sin and just chaos. There is no going back. There is no going to the good times. There is nothing but horror to come. And folks, if we don't get our minds and our hearts right with God, there is nothing that can save us. Again, folks, Hollywood, sports entertainment, every industry, everything that's on TV and on the media, it's all corrupt. It's all satanic. Again, there's nothing we can do. Horrible times are still to come. This is just scratching the surface here. This is nothing to be surprised about. It's gonna get worse. It's gonna get a lot worse. Stay focused, stay diligent, and focus on Jesus Christ's word. And I can assure you, even if we go through this tribulation, and even if we experience the worst things a human could experience, we will make it out all right in the end. Let me know what your take is on this. Let me know if you think this is something that's brutally satanic or something that's an innocent mistake that he thought was just a cool art piece. You let me know in the comments below, and I'll gladly check those out. Again, if you guys have any articles or anything to add to this that I missed, please comment below or send me it through email, and my email's in my description as always. Thank you again, guys, for all the support. Every time you guys leave a sub or a thumbs up, it's like personally giving me a hug. It's great. And I appreciate it so much. And again, I want to grow this ministry. I want to continue to shed light upon the evil. And yeah, so thank you again, guys. Thank you so much. And I will be back soon. God bless.